Morning everyone, John Cup, Northwoods Whitetail Seed Company. Today we're going to talk about pigweed and how we dealt with it this year. We're standing in what was brassica last year, this strip in our 3-strip food plot here out behind the house. It's very dry here. You can see down here the ground's cracking. Yeah, we haven't had a good rain since before the 4th of July. I bet we haven't even had an inch of rain. Anyway, so this particular part of the plot had a bad pigweed problem last year in and amongst the brassicas. Actually, both sides of the plot did. And one of the things we wanted to do this year was take care of that. So what we ended up doing, we sprayed 2,4-D at green up this year and Roundup in what was the spent brassica plot. It was brassicas last year. Now it should be oats, peas, and berseem clover or red clover, but we didn't use clover because we used 2,4-D to kill the pigweed. We did two springs. One I think it was early April, and then the second one was sometime in May. We saw rain coming, so we didn't want to till this up. So we had rain, and then we ran our 4-foot grain drill that River Bottom Cedars in Abrams, Wisconsin built us. We ran the grain drill, put our, we were thinking about using our soil builder blend, but there's so many broadleaf plants in there. What we ended up doing was using our fall forage sandy soil, and then we added sorghum to it. So it's oats, peas, and rye. And there was some buckwheat, and actually the buckwheat did all right. But the deer have been browsing the buckwheat in here. So we've got a really nice stand of sorghum, oats, and rye. There's some, looks like foxtail, but we're gonna crimp all this with our new 4-foot crimper, and we're gonna knock that down. But what I'm looking at though is we don't have hardly any pigweed in here. So I can see a plant here or there, but nothing like what I feared it was going to be this year. So 2 sprayings of 2,4-D and Roundup, and then we just did solid grains, solid grasses. So if we had a flush of pigweed, we could have hit it one more time with 2,4-D and not affect this green. We're just using it as a mulch green manure. There's not a lot of nitrogen value in it because we didn't add any legumes because of spraying 2,4-D, but it was just trying to get rid of some of the pigweed, and I would say probably 90 to 95% of it's gone. I can see 1 or 2 plants down here, but I know that's something people have to deal with in their food plots, and sometimes you just got to change the strategy up, because straight Roundup isn't going to kill up. Roundup Ready beans would have did anything because the deer would have ate them to the ground. This would have been bare, so we went straight grains. They grazed on it a little bit, but for the month of end of June, all of July, now we're just about to August 1st. Looks like 1 to 2 feet tall. It'll lay down really nice, and if we can get enough rain, we're going to drill our fall forage into this. If we don't get any rain, we might run the tiller at a 1/2 inch to 1 inch deep just to bust up this top layer of clay, just so we can get the seeds buried. We'll still have a really nice mulch layer, but anyway, 2,4-D and then planting all grains, grasses, and that's how we dealt with our pigweed this year, and it turned out really nice. Thanks, have a great day.